Located in the north of Portugal, Porto is a bustling city filled with stunning views, delicious wine, and addicting desserts that will tempt you at every corner. So in this video, we'll show you 15 fun things to do in this lively city, how to use public transportation to get around like a local, and what you can expect to pay for food, activities, and accommodations so you can budget like a pro. All in this episode of Lucas World Travel. Now we're Kendra and David Lucas of Lucas World Travel, and we spent 10 jam-packed days in Porto exploring the city and also taking some amazing day trips to some surrounding cities as well. We flew into Porto from Malta on a very affordable Ryanair flight, and we used Google Maps to navigate us to maybe the most comfortable Airbnb we've ever stayed in. So now I'll show you around our accommodation in Porto Portugal. So this is definitely the most comfortable bed we've ever slept in. I still miss it to this day. So we have a washer hiding here along with some cleaning supplies. And here we have the living dining room area. I really like the way it's set up. It's so spacious and so comfortable. And the kitchen is nice because the refrigerator's hidden there. We have 4 burners, an oven, a microwave. So we got this place for $55 a night on Airbnb and can't wait to stay. Should be fun. So now we're heading to the Chapel of Souls, a beautifully blue tiled building. Can't wait to see it. When I think of Porto, I think of these signature blue tiles. Now this church was built in the 1700s, but they didn't add this blue tile until 1929. And it represents the life of Francis Assisi and Saint Catherine. It is beautifully intricate and a must-see when you come to Porto. Next, we headed south down Santa Catarina Street, one of the main shopping streets in Porto. We just walked down Santa Catarina Street, and man, it's so lively with street performers and hundreds of people out shopping and eating and just hanging out. So feeling the vibe of the city and liking it. So what I like most about Porto so far is just how lively it is. Nearly every street corner has somebody singing, some type of street performers. So every time you turn around, somebody is making you smile, and I love that lively feeling. Next, we headed south to São Bento train station.
So, first thing you'll see 2 immense clock towers on the exterior of it, and you'll see 2 clocks on the inside when you go into the to get your train ticket. Now, if you're not going anywhere, you still want to go inside this place. You don't want to miss this. This is a great attraction to see. They have over 20,000 tiles creating these wonderful historic scenes of the history of the area, the transportation of the area, and just some of the royalty that they've had.
Now when you see Porto Cathedral from the train station, it looks absolutely massive, like a castle. And this was the head of the church's power in Portugal. Right next door to the cathedral is the bishop's palace. At the time, the bishop ruled like a king in this land. So this church is an important one because it's the seat of his power. Next, head down to the riverfront for a charming river cruise to see the incredible bridges and city landscapes from the water. This boat ride is both a relaxing and informative way to learn more about the bridges of the city while taking in all the lovely city views from the water. And with the sun low in the sky, it painted the whole city golden, and we couldn't get enough of the view. But the best place for sunset is the Louis I Bridge, where you will see locals and tourists alike enjoying the beautiful view. But as you can see, you have to be a bit cautious as it's still an active train track. After enjoying the sunset from the bridge, head over to Morro Garden for more great street performers and more great vibes. This is what Morro Garden looks like on a Saturday night. Super busy. We let the street performers be our entertainment for the night and started the next day with the most beautiful bookstore in the world. But look at the line, that's crazy. This is what the line looks at around 11 a.m. It is quite ridiculous, but we're gonna wait in it anyway.
Actually, we're quite lucky. The line can be longer. It could be all the way down the street. And this is a good distance right here. Like, I can at least see the front door.
This is true. So if you book online, it's €5, but if you pay at the door, it's €6. But if you do buy a book, that money you pay goes to paying for the book, so you get that money back. But once we made it inside, our jaws dropped, because this place really is the most beautiful bookstore in the world. This place is legitimately the busiest bookstore I've ever been to. It's like a madhouse in here. The store really is lovely though, and I wish I had space in my luggage to take a book, but I love seeing details like this, these wood inlays. This store was built in 1902, so over 120 years old, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Right next to me is the original cash register that they had from 1902. So it's like a time capsule and really enjoying seeing it.
So this bookstore is amazing in its own right. But this bookstore has been here for a long, long time, almost over 100 years, I'd say. And it's gorgeous. They have beautiful books on display, some original works, and just the artistry of the building itself and the design inside the store. It's gorgeous. It takes you back in time, and it's really beautiful. I wish we had more stores like this around the world.
Now we're going to check out the Church of Dos Laricos. It's supposed to be both a church and a tower that you can climb up 225 steps to see a view of the area. So let's check it out. And tickets to see the church, museum, and tower are €8 per person.
Passageways are very narrow. It's hard to breathe as you're going through. And also, too, there were people coming back and forth through these passageways. A guy and I almost got stuck together trying to pass each other in there. It was so funny.
But if you can handle the very narrow climb, you're going to enjoy the ornate spires at the top and the jaw-dropping view.
So one of the best places in the city to get pasta balim is Montegaria. And what we noticed as we passed by, there was a long line out the door waiting to get in to get that one. You can get them anywhere in town, but there's only 2 famous places to get them, and that's one of them right there.
And we highly recommend sprinkling some cinnamon on top because it makes the flavors really pop.
Much better.
Yeah?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
Perfect. Yeah. Probably the best one I ever had. Wow. Really nice. Kendra wolfed hers down before I could even ask her.
The cinnamon really adds something, man. So yummy. Now they only sell one thing in there, and they do that one thing very well. And I would say that it was better than the one we just randomly got off of the street somewhere. So it is worth waiting in line, and they get you through pretty quickly. The cream is just what's so much better. So another thing you have to try in Porto is the sandwich, francesinha. Now this is a very huge, very rich sandwich that's filled with beef and pork and sausage, and it sounds like a heart attack waiting to happen. For the new year, we decided to go pescatarian, so vegetarian with occasionally some fish added in there. So this sandwich is very against our diet. We found a restaurant that actually has a vegetarian option. It's called Lado B Cafe. Now normally this sandwich has steak, sausage, spicy sausage, ham, and cheese with an egg. Very rich. But we're getting tofu, soy sausage, vegetable sausage, eggplant, and cheese and sauce. So here is the famous sandwich. And into this. Ooh, it's super hard. So you can kind of see the sausage and the bread there. Let's see what it is.
Cheesy?
It kind of tastes like a hot dog sandwich.
Tastes like a hot dog sandwich, people.
All in all, I really did like trying the vegetarian francesinha. I imagine if we got the meat version, it would have even more flavor, as tofu is really not a good replacement for beef. But I got an idea of what it tasted like without having the 10-point increase in cholesterol. So thumbs up for me. So now we're gonna take the Louis I Bridge across and try some of the pork rind across the river. The best part of crossing the river to get to Gaia is the views here. You get the best views of Porto from Gaia. The Gaia riverfront has loads of restaurants where you can sit, eat, and enjoy the view, as well as several different port wine factories where you can see where they make the wines and have a delicious wine tasting as well. We took a tour at Sandeman Cellars to learn all about their process of aging wine and brandy in these barrels to make the Porto port wine. That's really sweet. That's sweet like honey. So now we're gonna try the ruby one.
But I do like the ruby better than the white.
And I agree with David. I do like the ruby a bit more than the white. This one was super sweet like honey. This one tastes more like a really nice red wine. Just a sweet red wine. So I actually really like this one.
You get any buzz from it?
Oh, I was feeling a buzz after this one.
Really?
I'm like vibrating right now.
What's the percentage they said it was?
20%.
20%. Now here's the thing. The alcohol content is high, but I don't feel any of it. And that's what messes me up. I don't feel it. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. And that's what scares me, is that you drink this wine, not feeling any different, and then it sneaks up on you. And that's what gets people. And I think that's why people buy it. It's because it's so smooth, you don't know you're getting drunk.
How's the tawny, David?
Tastes similar to this one, but this, I guess I like this the best.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because it's a little sweeter, but it's got a little more tart to it. This one tasted really, really sweet, but this one has a little spin on it. It's kind of nice. Kendra says I'm black. But I'm not concerned about her because she's been drinking.
So to counteract all that port wine, we went a few doors down to the Casa de Portuguese in order to have pastel de bacalhau, which is this very salty, delicious codfish potato fried cake, something or another. I can recommend it. That stuff was good and very unique. I never had a cake exactly like that. It's like they mash the cod so perfectly that it like mixes with the potato and the cheese, and it's like you don't know where the potato begins and the fish ends, and then it's just all so beautifully harmonious. So I enjoyed it. David doesn't like trying new foods, so you can't really trust his opinion on things, but this is what he thinks.
It tastes like fried mashed potatoes.
Nothing's wrong with fried mashed potatoes, in my opinion, so that's good.
With garlic and cheese.
Doesn't that sound good? But yet and still he doesn't like that. Who knows?
It wasn't my vibe. The texture and stuff was kind of mushy until you got to the creamy cheese part. And then it just started, the flavor started running together and stuff like. I just don't like stuff like that for the first time. I mean, some things have to grow on me. I'm one of those people who never drank a beer till I was 30 years old. So that means like beer is an acquired taste. Well, it took me 30 years to acquire the taste. So this might take another 30 years. I don't know. But I wasn't feeling it, you know. But, you know, I tried it. And that's all it is, you know. Some things you try, you don't like them. It's okay.
So I highly recommend delicious, savory, salty. Salty's my favorite flavor, and that it had. We went home buzzing, and we're happy to have a nice chill day the next day. So it's a bright sunny day today, and 25-minute bus ride away is a beach. Now, although Porto is not famous for its beaches, there's never a bad day at the beach. So we'll be taking bus 500 out to Carneiro Beach. So the bus ride to the beach is €2 per person. We got lucky. We got front row seats. Well, after a beautifully scenic bus ride, we're here at the beach, and the waves are going crazy, but it's a beautiful sight to see. So Carneiro Beach is characterized by the lighthouse that's on the left side, the far left side of the beach. And it has a nice boardwalk, so you can walk around, enjoy the view, sunbathe, and get in the water if you so dare. As you can see, the waves are way too rough to get in the water today in February, but I imagine when the water is calm, it's a nice way to cool off in Porto. Now David is doing his obligatory put his foot in the water testing process. Let's see what the results are. Did you get wet enough yet?
I'm soaked.
You're very wet.
But it hits you once or twice, it's not that cold. But if you stay in the water, it's really cold. And there were waves out there much taller than me. They would have been up over my head.
Along with the stunning landscapes, Porto has a vibe that can't be beat. From the warm and friendly people to the mouth-watering food and drinks. Once you get a taste of Porto, we're sure that you'll be craving to return again and again. Up next, we're heading on 3-day trips from Porto to Braga, Coimbra, and Aveiro. So make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can follow our journey through Portugal and throughout the world. Well, world travelers, that's our journey. Good luck planning your own. Until next time, you can check out our ultimate guide to Malta on the right there. As always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sharing with all your travel pals, and happy travel planning. Until next time.